So this is what's happening. I have coordinates, I have a key, I have to go find a box hidden somewhere in the forest, and I gotta survive the night. Today, I'm going to Bushcraft boot camp, and I've got a few friends who are gonna help me along. I've got Miranda. Miranda goes outside, who's going to be a fellow contestant in this challenge, and Gordon, Grim Granite, who is a bushcraft survivalist expert. I am going to out-bushcraft Miranda.
Never!
Never!
Ah, the best!
No! Have you done this before?
Never. I've never done anything like this before.
Okay.
I've never, my extent of knowledge around bushcraft has been watching videos on YouTube and talking to Gordon.
I have lightly dabbled, so I might have a night of experience more than you.
That means that you have double the amount of experience as
Well,
me.
you can't double nothing.
Yeah, but by tomorrow, you'll have had double the amount of experience.
By tomorrow, I will have 2 nights of experience. You won, so this is true.
This is a rigged game!
I'm going to win! I'm going to win! Miranda, you suck, I'm gonna win!
This is not how we use these.
Okay, we each have coordinates to caches of supplies, separate caches, unique challenges. May your challenge be more difficult than mine.
Go.
It begins! Here we go! Good luck!
Good luck to you!
All right, so I've got my waypoints plugged into Onyx. I'm going to find some tools and some goodies. I'm kind of nervous. It's gonna be fun.
Gordon told us to pack as if we were going backpacking, so we're each carrying normal equipment to spend the night out in the wild. However, Gordon planned for a few surprises and challenges to throw our way.
You'll find out in a little bit.
Eric, welcome to your overnight bushcraft challenge. This is your cache of supplies. Over the next 24 hours. You will have the opportunity to complete 4 bushcraft challenges: water, fire, shelter, and a mystery challenge, which you will complete tomorrow morning. Ooh. To begin, you may exchange some of the items from your bag for the survival items in this box. From your pack, please remove, tent, stove, igniter. Place those in this box and lock it. You will not be able to use those items during the challenge. You may keep whatever water you packed in with you, prioritize sourcing and sterilizing water from around your camp by whatever means necessary, and use your carried in water as reserve. No igniter, that's a tricky one. Ooh, and a special treat. I'll tell you about that later. Little tin can. Goodbye, tent. All right, so losing this one definitely makes me nervous, a little bit sad. We just had a snowstorm move through yesterday. Not a lot, but that's gonna be my water for the evening. And then what's also is everything's wet, so getting a fire started might be tougher. I've been left with some additional goodies, a roll of plastic, emergency thermal blanket, a saw, element, a little bushcrafting knife, the Scout Feather, that's cool. We were also supplied with a walkie-talkie, so I can use this to either call for help or get extracted. We're currently using an area that has a big burn, and partially that's so that we can use a lot of this dead wood that actually needs to get cleared out because it's kind of an ongoing fire hazard, and all the stuff is dead. So removing some of this or just using it for our shelter is not going to be a problem out here. Got a little bit of snow, not much. This little north-facing slope. I'm probably gonna have to do that a bunch of times. I decided I'm gonna try to use some solar power to reflect and try to melt some of the snow here. Hopefully just while I'm doing other things, this will be working and I'll be getting some drinking water. The thing that I'm worried the most about right now is fire. I had to give up my lighter and I don't know exactly now how I'm gonna start a fire tonight without that. So the next thing I'm gonna do is start working on my shelter. And it is entirely possible I could just use this tree to make a structure.
Bushcraft is the practice of wilderness survival skills using minimal gear. Think shelter building, fire making, foraging, tracking, and navigation. Both Miranda and I are experienced backpackers, but we have extremely limited experience with practicing these types of skills. And while backpackers don't necessarily need survival and bushcrafting know-how, it can certainly make us more competent, more confident, and safer if an unexpected situation arises.
So what I'm thinking is I can use this log that's already down to be the center line of my shelter. Got a lot of work to do. So that is kind of where I want to actually lay tonight. So I'm trying to clear out that zone. Yoo-hoo, Miranda! I'm really curious what Miranda's got going on.
What do you need?
Oh, I was just checking in to see how you're doing. Just letting you know that I've got my shelter built, I've got 3 gallons of water purified, I got my fire going, thinking about getting a hot tub going. How's it going for you?
Wait, you haven't gotten your hot tub going yet? Wow, you're behind, dude.
Oh, I mean, it's going, it's operating, it's at 101 degrees, but I'm having the pool guy come check the pH balance on the chemicals.
That totally makes sense. Well, if you have the time with your busy life over there, our 5-star restaurant's up and running too, so we can maybe squeeze in a table for you if you want.
Ooh, that does sound nice. I have already located my meal for the night, so I think I'm good. I have 20 grub worms and an elk here in camp waiting for me.
Sounds delicious. All right, I'm gonna get back to it.
Enjoy! Something tells me she doesn't have her hot tub going. I better get going now. I'm gonna need a lot of those, and it's hard work. This is what I've got so far. 1, found camp. 2, started building my shelter. I've got the basics, rudimentary structure built. I've kind of cleared, and I'm starting to level out where I'm actually intending to sleep. But I need to go check on water because I'm currently using the sun, and I really only have another hour maybe of stronger daylight that'll probably melt this. Wow. That's actually not much water. It actually is no water. It is just mushy, wet snow right now. I need to go find more. I'm gonna go refill. All right, become water. All right, so as you can tell, I'm getting really filthy handling these dead logs, and my solar still to melt the water is working, but it's super, super slow, and I'm gonna have to start melting water from fire to really have drinking water. So I do have 2 liters of drinking water with me, and what I need to do, I'm starting to feel it, so I need to make up a batch of my Element, which is one of the electrolyte mixes that was left in my cache. And Element is actually sponsoring this video and helping to make this possible. They've been a sponsor on the channel. I've been using Element for quite some time. And when I'm out here working hard, sweating, doing things like this, I'm losing electrolytes, I'm losing my salts. And this is the best way to replace what my body is losing that I've ever used. And I really love the taste, I really love the flavor, but more importantly, I love how it makes me feel. I just feel better, especially at the end of the day. Higher likelihood of sleeping better, even though tonight maybe I'm gonna sleep rough no matter what. But so what I'm gonna do is mix up a batch of raspberry salt in a little bit less than 1 liter of water, and I'm gonna allocate 1 of my 2 liters of water to replacing my electrolytes, which I can feel as I'm working out here I need to do. So time to take some time. So if you want to try Element, just go to the link below at drinkelement.com/Eric Hansen, and Element will throw in a free sample pack with any purchase. All right, back to shelter building. Oh, hey big guy.
Hey, what's up?
Well,
Wow,
I'm working on my shelter.
that looks good, man. You got good frame going.
Oh, thanks, man.
Wow.
This is really hard work.
Yeah, no joke.
I'm filthy.
Yes.
All of this ash is coming off, getting me nice and dirty. But I got a question for you.
Sure.
You took my lighter, and I have no idea what do I do?
Yes, we did take your lighter, but we did give you everything you need
Really?
to start a fire. So on the knife that we gave you, there's actually a little ferrocerium rod on the sheath.
What? Oh.
Yeah, right here. Yep.
Whoa.
So if you use the back side of the knife, and you can throw sparks with it.
Right into my wood pile.
Right into your wood pile.
Oh, got a fire going.
Yep.
Whoa,
So
okay.
if you get a nice big bird's nest of a tinder pile going,
Yeah.
and you throw sparks into that, it should start right up, and then you can blow on it and get a fire going.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought this was just for like whittling my spoon or something.
Right.
I want to show you what I got working on. While I'm doing that, it's not exactly working, but this is my little water.
Oh, no way.
My water kit.
Oh, it's like a solar oven.
It's sort of working and it's sort of not.
Oh,
But
man.
I thought that I would try to, while I'm doing other stuff, just set something up that will hopefully get me going.
Yeah.
It's working. You can see I've got, it's
working.
It's I got a whole like 3 ounces of water in there.
So cool. You're good. You're drinking that. You know, that is a really valid way of doing this. There's probably not like Giardia in that. There's probably not creepy crawlies. So
Well,
it's up to you, man.
so I have seen elk like droppings and stuff like that. So I know there's animals that are out here. So I do want to actually boil it. I was just thinking that this was going to, something I could do while I was doing other things and reduce my workload. And in case I was having trouble getting a fire going, I still would have drinkable water.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very smart choice. Very smart choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
Love it.
well, thank you.
I have not seen someone do this way, and I
Really?
love it.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
good use of the tools that you're given.
cool. That's fun.
I thought this was a really smart choice. Using what you've been given here, this tree has fallen. It has fallen in a safe way. It's not going to fall any further. We've like examined that, inspected it, and it is safe, and it is a really good use of your energy to build it out as a shelter. Instead of trying to create this again with a ridgepole or something like that, sawing down a big tree, all those calories you're losing.
Yeah.
This is smart.
Building a shelter out of these burned logs is taxing work, but it seems like the best solution to get a sturdy shelter and protection from the coming frigid temperatures, despite the enormous effort it requires.
All right, I got about 2 hours of daylight left. Most of the strength of the sun is gone on my little solar oven thing. I need to start actually closing in my shelter. Feeling not urgent, but it's about time. I don't want to be messing with that when it's getting dark. I want to be having a fire and being able to know that I have the ability to boil water, the ability to cook food, and the ability to stay warm. So I think I'm going to start moving my shift into wrapping this with some plastic that came in my box of survival goods. And yeah. Also, one quick note, I was just breaking a branch, and that was dumb. I got tired of the saw, and so I snapped a branch, and of course that's a good way to slice yourself, which I did. So use the tools, not brute strength. That's how you hurt yourself out here. That was kind of dumb. So it's time for me to actually figure out how to kind of close this thing in. At the moment, just branches is gonna do nothing to actually give me any security or warmth. So this was in my box of goodies, this plastic and this high tensile strength twine. So now I just gotta figure out how the heck to actually do this. I gotta open this up and see how big this is, and let's figure it out. All right, so this is definitely not easy. I definitely kind of anticipated in my head how this was gonna go, and now that I've opened the plastic up, it's not the same. I think most of the wind is gonna come off this side and kind of come into my camp this way. But I was gonna try to wrap it around. It's sort of not working. This might take a little bit. I can sit up. It has reasonable protection, fairly low. A little bit of wind can get under. This is my wind block at the head. And then I have some blockage down at the feet. My rudimentary door is right here. Very rudimentary. I'm a little bit, I don't really want to like make another hole in this. So I think I might just crawl under the plastic for the time being. All my hard work, 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours of work. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but I think it'll be good, surfaceably good.
Eric, this is survivalist number 2. How do you feel about a surprise visit?
Ho ho, what a delight to hear from you, number 2. Yes, the neighborhood is throwing a welcome party. Come on over.
A welcome party. All right, don't mind if I do. I'll bring the champagne.
Oh, all right. The bubbly will be popping. I forgot I gotta hit the button. What's this I hear?
Hello.
Hello, fellow bushcrafter.
Hello, Bushcrafter.
You look like you've been working in
Oh
the
my God.
soot.
I know. Isn't that so funny how dirty I am?
Yeah.
So you opted for what type of shelter?
Well, it's kind of like a A-frame,
Yeah.
and I decided to use this down log that was here.
Love that.
And then I just stacked a bunch of logs alongside it.
That's awesome.
And it's a rustic, rough and tumble shelter so far.
Good.
Yeah.
I dig it.
So, yeah, it's just kind
Good
of
job.
pinned around at the moment. I've been debating if I'm going to make any cuts or make a door or whatever. I
Yeah.
think I'm just going to crawl under.
It's like crawl in.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Where's the elk and the?
Oh, I ate it.
Oh, got it.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just got to get a little elk out of my teeth.
It's funny. You've got lots of like. I've got these big trees with just mostly just stuff like this.
Yeah.
You've got like a lot of. You found a bunch of like logs.
I had to go. I had to work.
Yeah.
I've been working hard.
Same.
I'm very tired of sawing.
Yeah, my hand hurts so bad
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
saw. But
yeah.
this looks cool.
Thank
Nice
you.
job. It's so big.
Oh, thank you.
It's so spacious.
Oh, it's a chateau.
Yeah, right, a castle in the woods.
Chateau de Hanson. Yeah.
Don't you want to see this?
That's Miranda's scar, her battle wound. Here's yours.
This is my battle wound. Also, hang on. Is this bushcraft comparing wounds? And like,
Is this bushcraft?
are we bushcrafting?
Are we
right
bushcrafters now?
I'm like, your shelter looks pretty good. Come see my shelter. I feel
Yeah.
like this is bushcraft. I feel like we've done it.
Yeah.
We've bushcrafted. Looking good, dude.
Yeah.
Go bushcraft.
Woo! Go bushcraft. All right, so right now I've been looking for fire starting material, and even though it might seem like there's fire starting material everywhere, I'm looking for certain things. And I found a juniper tree that had some dead branches that had fallen off. And juniper around here is actually really, really good fire starting material. So you basically have this bark that's kind of fibrous, and as I work this, you'll see maybe some fibers coming off. If I break it up, it'll just get real fibery. I'm hoping that I can get a spark to land in those fibers and catch. So rather than like even pine needles and some of these like grasses, it probably would work if I had to, but I think this is gonna work a lot better. All right, getting my fire prepped. All right, so I'm leaving camp behind for a little bit. I'm gonna go try to find Miranda and Rainer and check in on them, see how they're doing. I've got my shelter basically good. I might try to fiddle with it later tonight, clean it up, make it prettier. I did find some good fire starting material, and I think I've got enough firewood to last me most of the night. All right, let's go see what Miranda's up to. Oh, look, whoa.
Ta-da!
Yeah,
Pretty cool, huh?
that is pretty cool.
So my two options for shelter were a lean-to or a pole frame.
Yeah,
It's like kind of what you ended up doing a little bit. It was like a pole frame.
yeah.
And I opted for the lean-to, and I kind of regret it, but I did regret it. Now I'm really happy with it.
Yeah.
So I have like this beam here, obviously, and then these 3 going across.
Yeah. That looks awesome.
Thank you.
No, I really like it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It collapsed on me. Not on me. I don't think I told you this.
Yeah.
It like collapsed. That was this side, the one that rolled. But now it's a lot better. So
Yeah.
you can kind of see, like, over here. This is I started piling stuff on, and I think I'm gonna kind of like just keep going, but not.
Just keep piling stuff?
Yeah, but like not really spend too much time worrying about getting it perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like I wanted to sort of, because wind keeps coming through and it keeps like lifting the tarp up, and I didn't really want that.
Right. Yeah, totally.
But I think it's holding it now pretty well, so I'll probably just leave it.
That looks great. Which direction is the wind mostly seem to be coming?
This way. So
Okay.
on this side, I have my little like protection from the wind.
Yep, nice.
So kind of like blocking that out. And this is where I'll probably like continue sort of putting stuff. The thing is that it's like just barely long enough for my sleeping pad. So I might like end up rotating my sleeping pad a little bit.
Yep.
But finding these that were strong enough and like this was a little bit hard.
Totally.
So, yeah, and then this is my fancy thing. I made myself a hook.
I like that.
So for my light and for my knife.
You've done way more like twine stuff.
Yeah.
And like lashing of things. So far, I have lashed 0 things.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the only thing that's lashed. The rest of these are not. But then obviously I lashed this to this just because it was fun.
Yeah.
But even this is like, I wound up kind of like attaching it.
Yeah.
I like tied this onto here with
Right.
the plastic.
That
So
looks great.
thanks, dude.
I'm impressed.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, look at that.
Pretty cozy.
That's very cozy.
Yeah, it's small, but it's cozy.
Yeah. Have you decided what you're going to do for fire?
Yeah, so I've actually got a spot over here. I can show you. I have I think a different fire starter than you do. So different like way of starting a fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, my plan is essentially just build a little like, I might actually pull in some of the big rocks there are a few like rocks down here. I might like build a little fire pit with some rocks first.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just try and build that here. Yeah, I'm not super worried about being cold. Because like when we started this challenge, we were told to bring all of our stuff for like this season of backpacking.
It's winter.
Yeah, so like I brought my winter sleeping pad and my like winter sleeping bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know how to boil water on a campfire?
Do you have that billy pot?
Yeah.
The little tin pot?
Yeah.
You just put it on the fire.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Put it on the coals.
That's what I thought, on the coals, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I said. I was like, I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh.
Cool. Great, thanks.
I might have given away a secret.
Well, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I shouldn't
We're
have.
both out here as noobs, so.
You sweetened me up.
I did.
You gave me that cotton candy, and you're like, hey, neighbor.
Hey, buddy, your shelter looks so good. And by the way, no big deal. All right, cool. Well,
All right.
We have, just so you know, an hour and a half left of daylight.
Yeah, I have more work to do.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So,
Good
anyway.
job. You're doing great.
Have fun tonight. See ya. So I just left Miranda's camp, and I hate to say it, she's doing a great job. I was kind of hoping to be like, oh, you look at you struggle. It's not the case. She's doing great. So I joke, but a little bit of that is true, but at the same time, this isn't actually a competition. We're both just trying to learn a new skill. We're both just trying to enjoy our time out here, become better equipped to potentially survive or be better equipped for any sort of experiences that we might encounter in life. So it's all in good fun. I'm definitely having a lot of fun out here.
Because Eric's shelter is awesome and it is definitely going to work for the conditions he's experiencing tonight. Just a light wind. It's low enough to retain some heat, keep the wind off of him. He has successfully completed the shelter challenge, and therefore you get the shelter challenge bead.
Oh, whoa. What do I do with this?
You're going to string it on that very important thing that you have.
Oh.
That is a holder for your challenge beads.
All right, look at that.
Look at that.
So is this like kind of like a Bushcrafters, almost like a badge?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you will.
It's like a badge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your token. You've completed that challenge.
Woohoo!
On to the next one.
All right. Which is?
Well, can you guess what the other ones are?
Fire.
Okay.
Water.
Yes.
killing an animal?
We shall find out. That's the mystery one for tomorrow.
Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Sounds good.
I'm excited.
Ever since I was a little kid camping with my family, I've been obsessed with campfires. This is where I may have an unfair advantage over Miranda, since I'm familiar with the nuances of starting a campfire in this climate.
Oh. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. Yeah. Fire. I make fire. Classic. That was the first time I've ever started a fire like that.
With a ferro rod.
With a ferro rod, yeah.
Well, as you can see, it was all in the prep. You spent the time to do the prep right. You got a really high quality bird's nest and it caught super quick.
Yeah, what's your experience with like how long that would maybe otherwise take?
It could take an hour. If someone doesn't have their bird's nest set up right, then it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
So yeah, just taking the time and having the materials at hand, ready to go. Like,
yeah,
I had various sizes of tinder and kindling ready to go, and
yeah,
boom, look at it. It's one-shot wonder.
Woohoo! Well, technically, it took me like
maybe 5 shots.
5 strikes.
Cool. All right, man. Well, here is the fire challenge token.
The fire bead. So there's 4 altogether to collect?
Yep.
Oh, 2 more challenges.
2 more challenges.
Fun. Okay, cool. Well, I got my fire going. I used the ferro rod, which is a technique I've never actually used. And the key was finding the juniper bark that I could make into a really nice bird's nest, get it really nice and fine. Something to catch that ember. And away we're going. So now I got to get my water boiling and work on getting more drinking water, because I can definitely tell I'm dehydrated, and then start thinking about food and get this shelter a little bit tidier. So I've been using that kind of solar reflection blanket to melt some water, and it actually did work. So yeah, I've got at least about 700 milliliters of water here, and another bit going that I'm going to go throw in the fire to purify it. Definitely some forest bits in there. Sun just went down, so that means I need to be ready for the temperature to seriously start dropping. So I'm still gonna do a little bit of work to tidy up my shelter. All that flap in there, I don't want that. And so I'm gonna need some more, even more logs and sticks, I think. Weigh it down. Gonna have to be careful with this fire, and I need to get this water going so that I can actually cook and make my dehydrated meal for tonight's night, and have a lot more drinking water. But just getting this fire going, definitely a relief. I was nervous about getting it going. I'm really thankful for that ferro rod. That actually was a really cool way to start the fire. All right, so temperature's dropping, and it is a little breezy, so I'm trying to improve my shelter here by adding just debris and duff and things that are kind of block the wind at the lower end of my shelter here. And I think I'm gonna try to wrap it around as much as possible and keep it from the air just blowing right through. Doing this type of thing is very hard work. You just are constantly moving and working on something, which is fun. But I'm gonna crash tonight. I'm gonna be hungry. Also trying to make it less flappy. So I got some more logs on the outside to hold everything down. Still got more to do. Miranda, do you copy? Miranda, do you copy?
Did I hear a call for me?
Oh, howdy doody there, fellow bushcrafter. I'm just curious if your nerves are doing all right. We're just got about 10 minutes of light before the long, dark night sets in.
You know, my nerves are doing pretty well. I'm just tending to my fire right now.
Dang it, you don't sound scared at all.
You should have heard me maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes ago when I could not get the fire started. However, it's not doing great right now, so I need to go back to it.
All right, good luck to you. Enjoy the night. Well, I got my fire going. I got some water melting and hopefully boiling from snow that I've harvested, even though there's really not much snow here. Just enough for us to be able to use the snow that's around. My current task is to get the water boiling so that I can make my dinner. Just got a regular freeze-dried meal, backpacking meal. And then Gordon did add in a like a fun little side project that I need to start. Actually, it's time to work on one little fun thing they added in, which I'm really excited about. It's really satisfying to have the fire. Feels really good to have started it using bushcrafting methods, and to have a shelter that I feel good about. Now it's just about enduring the long dark night, the cold, the hunger, and making sure I have enough water for until tomorrow and when I leave. All right, I got my meal made up for the night. Now, just gotta keep making more water. All right, it's time to eat. It's kind of fun eating this off of water that I boiled on the fire here. I didn't realize until I sat down just how hungry I am. It's a lot of work to do this stuff. All right, Gordon has been nice enough to leave me bread dough, but I have to make it. So I've got flour, I've got yeast, a little bit of butter, and basically the gist is I'm gonna make this overnight, let it ferment or rise in my sleeping bag using my body heat for warmth. And then in the morning, breakfast. So that's pretty fun. So, got to start making this up. All right, so if you can tell, a little bit hard to see, but I've got this shelter pretty built out nicely. Around the sides, I've added a lot of wind blocking material, and that's made a huge difference. Temperatures really dropped in the last, I'd say, half hour to an hour, and getting ready to crawl in for the night. This has been a fun one. I'm actually pretty proud of this shelter for being simple and just using a piece of plastic. I feel way more protected from the wind. All right, I'm going to bed. See you in the morning, everybody. Well, everything froze really solid. Got down to 15 degrees last night. A little colder than I expected. I did mostly pretty good. My feet did get a little cold. And that was kind of keeping me up a little bit. But I gotta get my fire going again, warm back up, and cook my bread.
but also I'm just cold. The temperatures are still in the teens, and that means I'm feeling cold and my dexterity is poor. Making the situation worse, I burned my best tinder yesterday, and I failed to prepare fire starting material for the morning. It's obvious now that that was a mistake. This morning's cold conditions provide a little glimpse into what it's like to feel that need to get warm. And as you can see, the struggle to light a fire is proving frustrating. Little bird, you awake? Check in with Miranda to see how she held up for the night. Tiny bit worried. It was quite cold.
I am awake. We're about to get my fire started. How you doing?
Good to hear from you. Yep, I got my fire going. Took me a minute, and enjoying the morning.
Amazing. That sounds lovely. Hey, good luck on the 4th challenge today, whatever it is.
Yes, that does remind me. Something else is coming. All my drinking water is pretty frozen. Gotta get this back to drinkable. Oh, hello. How'd you do at the Hilton?
Yeah, the Hilton was good. Yeah.
Yeah?
Casa del Gordo.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a little cold.
The only thing I really noticed for me was my feet.
Really?
My feet got a little cold.
Yeah.
But yeah. And it took me a minute to get the fire going again.
Oh yeah. What'd you do? You had to use your coals?
No, they were dead. I used the knife. It took me a while. You'll see, and I got like frustrated. I started just being like,
Yeah.
get as many sparks in there as I can. And I got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Pretty eager for that bread.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you mix it up?
I mixed it up last night. I slept with it.
Oh good. Cool.
So hopefully it's nice and doughy.
Nice.
Just kind of getting coals good and water going again. This little tear off part of the freeze-dried meals has become my hot pot grabber. All right, next, while I drink my coffee, I'm gonna prepare my bed of coals and get my bread baking. Should I do it?
Yeah. I think you can flip it.
Yeah?
So.
Yeah. Cool. That's fun. Making bread while bushcrafting is messy work. Only real way to wash your hands is with snow. It's time. Oh, baby. That's like one of the best looking biscuits I've ever made. Camping or not. Look at that. I'm gonna break her open, see if she's done on the inside. Ooh, that is delightful. Oh wow, that's good. That's steaming good. All right, so I've got one final challenge for my experience out here. I've done the survival shelter and getting the fire busted and cooking my meals and getting my water. So my last task is to actually create some sort of signal that I'm here and that I need help, which in the real scenario, I don't need help, but to be able to make a signal is an important skill. So I'm going to, I think, make a smoke signal, probably use some brush and maybe some snow to kind of dampen it and get a bunch of smoke up in the air. All right, here we go. My first attempts at creating a smoke signal failed. Without green vegetation to burn that would normally be ideal, I had to get a little more creative. Eventually, I found wet pine needles under the snow that created a nice white plume of smoke. Then, to create a second signal, I used my emergency blanket like a shimmering flag to try to catch attention.
Is rescue coming? Oh no!
All right, so I was successfully able to broadcast my distress signal, and now it's time to get out of here. So the things that I have left to do are to clean up my campsite, disperse and distribute everything, the rocks that I used for my fire ring, the ashes, all signs that I was camped here. I'm gonna leave no trace here. Take down my shelter, of course, and I'm gonna go check in with Miranda to see how she did for the whole experience, and then it's time to wrap it on up. All right, time to clean up. So just in case you're concerned or worried, this is the status of my fire pit at the moment. And I've got it all cool. I've got some snow in here. And next, my job is going to scatter the ashes and the little broken bits of coal and stuff like that. So doing pretty good. And this is my shelter, mostly clear, although I do have a little bit more work to disguise it. And just do some general extra cleanup around camp, but feeling pretty good. And I'm about to get out of here. All right, Mr. Gordon.
Yes.
Thank you so much for making this happen, facilitating this experience. I feel like I learned a lot.
Cool.
Did you have any takeaways?
It was awesome, and I learned so much from you guys, just watching you guys.
Cool.
You had some clever ideas, so it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Well, I'm going to go check in with Miranda, but if you don't know or follow Gordon at Grim Granite, make sure you go check him out. He does a lot of bushcrafting stuff. He does a lot of camping stuff, hiking stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome YouTuber for outdoor creations. Super great cinematography,
Well,
too.
thank you.
I really love his style and his work. So make sure you go check him out. And thanks for making this happen, Gordon.
Absolutely. Let's do
right.
it again sometime.
Sounds good.
All right.
1 month.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Whoa, you got dirty. Here's Miranda. She has survived the night.
Woo!
You did okay?
I did, yeah.
You had fun?
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The fire was really hard. That was like really where I struggled, but
Yeah.
I kind of expected that, being someone from the Pacific Northwest where fires are like, there's a very limited window of time where you can have them
Yeah.
in very few places. So I did anticipate that, but
Yeah.
it was still fun.
Yeah. Well, good job. So Miranda also has a video on this experience, as does Gordon, Grim Granite. So make sure that you check out our videos. If you liked this one that you're watching now, if you got to the end of it, you probably liked it. So that's gonna mean you wanna see the whole context, the whole story.
Yeah.
So go check out Miranda Goes Outside. She's awesome. We've done a ton of videos together. She's wonderful, worth subscribing to, and go check out Gordon. And as always, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. And like you said, maybe hit those notifications. I've never asked for that.
Hit the notifications.
But try
though.
it. Hey,
Do
you
it.
might like it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you later.
Bye.